I've helped over 100 entrepreneurs manifest their goals, and the thing that worked absolute wonders for them is this thing that I call attention brainwashing. And if you don't believe me, I will pop up some screenshots on the screen with high-level entrepreneurs that are my clients literally thanking me for them making hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of them even millions, after working with me and literally implementing the same thing I'm about to share with you for completely free, and that is attention brainwashing. How you can apply attention brainwashing and why is it important to apply it in your business, you'll find out if you stay through this entire clip. I will pop up really important facts throughout the clip so you don't just skip and get all the information. That's unfair. So without no more introduction bullshit, I will just get into the sauce and the value, because this is what we do out here. We just share pure value, no entertainment, just value. As you can see here, I've listed a couple of things that I want to cover. And the first thing is this thing that I named the divine exchange system. I know, really fancy. And what does the divine exchange system tells us? It tells us that everything in our reality is made out of energy. The currency of the universe isn't money, isn't dollars, isn't euros, it isn't Bitcoin, it isn't Pepe coin or Caspa, it's energy. Energy is literally what the universe is made out of. So if we understand how to manipulate energy and how we can control energy to our favor, we can literally control reality however you want. So the first step is to understand that everything, I will write just an E because I'm lazy, is energy, what the fuck? Sorry, my writing skills on a MacBook isn't so great. And every form of energy has a frequency. I'm writing on a mouse, so please don't judge me. Frequency. And every thought, every feeling, every belief you have also have a frequency. So you're basically a walking and talking radio tower. This is a radio tower, by the way. And the universe is just a broadcasting system that responds to the vibrations that you're sending out. Because energy turns into vibration, and this vibration turns into frequency, and this frequency turns into reality every single time. You cannot outsmart the game, you just need to know how you can play it. So this is why the cliche saying, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are, exists. I know, really gay, don't shoot me, it's just a saying and I cannot come up with a better saying than that. So if you tune into the lack station or into the I'm poor station, you'll receive more lack, because this is what the universe does. It just amplifies what you already are. But if you're turned into the abundance station, or in the station that you are wealthy and really rich and you have a Bugatti or all of that, you receive more abundance, you receive more of that, because it mirrors your image. It's just like a mirror. So manifestation isn't begging, it's just broadcasting whatever you want. So that means feeling poor is emotion, and that emotion also makes an energy, and that energy, vibration, and then frequency, and then reality. So if you are feeling poor, you'll receive more of that. If you're feeling rich, you'll receive more of that. You can feel rich even though reality doesn't show it, and this is the trick that most of you don't apply. Even I don't apply it. Sometimes I'm not perfect, and don't say I'm perfect. You guys are probably way smarter and way better. You will implement this way better than me. I'm just the guy that shares it. So let's say that your dream life would be for you to make 100K per month. This is what most people that I work with have as their goal, 100K per month, but most of them are stuck at like 50K. So automatically we need to tap into the station of the 100K. But how do we do that? And this is where attention comes into place, because where attention goes, energy flows, and every form of energy has a frequency, and that frequency turns into a reality. Let me type it out here really quick. I should make it a bit smaller. Where attention goes, energy flows. And you should write it as well. I think it really helps on notes or on whatever. It just engages your brain a little bit. So attention is basically one of the few currencies in the spiritual economy, so to say, because you don't buy realities with cash or with Bitcoin or with Pepe coin or whatever. You buy them with your attention, you buy them with your focus. So that's the return. And whatever you place your focus upon, you invest in. Every single thing that you place your attention upon is like making an investment. And the reality that you have is basically the portfolio of your is the return of your energetic portfolio, sorry. And this goes into the second thing I want to cover, which is the cosmic algorithm. Fancy names I know, but this one is really cool. And it will really help you understand how this whole universe and world that you're living in operates. So you know the TikTok For You page or Instagram Reels or Facebook Reels or YouTube Shorts, they all have an algorithm. And the universe is just like a TikTok For You page or a YouTube Shorts algorithm. It literally has its own algorithm. Because how algorithm works is that it shows you more of which you are looking at and what you're interacting with and what you are placing your attention upon. It shows you whatever you engage in, not just what you like, but what you interact with and place your attention upon. It doesn't matter that you secretly dislike the videos, as long as you like and interact with them and you watch them till the finish, the algorithm will think that you want more of that. So it automatically will push more of that into your For You page, and in this case into your reality. So it doesn't matter that you don't want to see these types of videos if you interact with them. If you go onto Instagram and you only like girls twerking, you will get only girls twerking, even though you want to see financial videos on Instagram. And it goes the same in real life. If you place your focus and your attention upon things that you don't want to happen, you will get more of that, because the universe has its own algorithm, just like TikTok, just like Instagram, just like YouTube Shorts. If you keep liking and saving and sharing them, you will get more of that. Whatever you feed attention to gets pushed back into your reality feed. And this is how I helped one of my clients. His name was Eli. Shout out Eli. Oh, Eli. Here, Eli. He was one of my clients. I still talk to him. Really great guy, and we've made incredible progress together. And Eli was how can I say this nicely? He was a bit of a degenerate trader, but he was a really good trader. But he seemed to be quite losing some trades, even though he really analyzed them and he was really good at trading. And I told him, do you place your attention on what you don't want to happen? And then he responded to me, yeah, I prepare in advance, I see what can work or what it cannot work. I don't understand trading, so don't mind me. The example is that if you place your attention upon what you don't want to happen, even if in your mind you are preparing for that thing, you are actually hurting your reality, because you put energy into that thing, and the chances of that thing happening, it's much more likely than if you placed your attention upon what you did want to happen. Even though your intention might be good, the outcome might be bad or negative, even though negative doesn't exist, but this is another topic, because you place your attention upon the thing that you didn't want and you feed it energy. And where energy goes, vibrations, frequency, reality, as we said. So I told Eli, just focus on the positive, focus on whatever can go right, don't focus on the problems. If it somehow goes wrong, then you'll figure it out then. But focus your attention on the positive, because your chances of succeeding in trades will literally double. Triple, quadruple. It depends on the level of emotional conviction that you're holding in yourself. But this is, again, another topic. We are only talking about attention brainwashing here. So take Eli's example. Focus only on what you do want to happen, not on what you don't want to happen. Even if it's starting a business, getting with a partner, or taking an exam, only focus on the best possible scenario, because you reinforce the possibility of that scenario to happen into your life. I forgot to draw it, but you don't mind. And yeah, this is why why people work with me, and this is why clients pay me, because they need a helping hand. Basically, they need a helping hand in this whole thing, because it can be quite confusing. Of course, they can figure this all out on their own. They are smart people, way smarter than me, but sometimes it's good to have a person to tell you what you're doing right or wrong from an outside perspective, because you can get emotionally caught up in certain things and you are not judging professionally, so to say. You're not judging from a universal standpoint, you're not viewing from a mind side, you're viewing from the eye side. You fall into the trap of illusion. If all these words seem really complicated with you, they are really not. Everything is simple. I want to say that if you feel overwhelmed, you can go to people, hire them, and they will help you, and the process will be much easier. And the thing that I tell my clients, and works wonders with all of them, it works wonders with me even, and it will work wonders for you, is placing your attention on what you do want to happen. Because life is just like a algorithm, the cosmic algorithm, and what you place your attention upon and what you interact with, you will get just more of that thing. Boom! This is cosmic algorithm. I need a break of water because I don't know how these people on YouTube do it. Just talk, non-cutting, goddamn. I see you looking at the third point, and that is the soul's camera lens. These are all basic analogies for telling the same thing, but different points of view, important to know. And holy shit, I drew a lot. The soul's camera lens is that attention, AT stands for attention, is the lens to your soul. Lens is the lens to your soul. I burped, sorry. It's what brings your inner world into focus. Like a camera, your awareness literally decides what gets clarity. Your attention decides what gets clarity. And what doesn't get your attention fades into the background as a blur. Every moment your soul is asking, what are we focusing on today? What are we focusing on this moment? And whatever you zoom into, that becomes high resolution reality. And the best thing that I can think of to conceptualize this whole thing is like taking a photo on portrait mode. On portrait mode. You know, when you take a picture on portrait mode, you only capture that one thing, and the rest of the thing just blurs into the background. It doesn't matter that you wanted to take a photo of the tree in the background if you placed your camera attention on the dog that you're photographing. It doesn't matter. The camera literally doesn't give a shit. It has nothing personal to do with you, but it doesn't give a shit. You place your attention upon the dog, you'll get more of the dog, less of the tree, even though you wanted to photograph that tree. Does it make sense? Of course it does. And every single day you are photographing things from the portrait view. And I'm asking you this simple thing that I want you to ponder upon. What kind of pictures are you developing in your life? Are you really taking the pictures of what you want, or are you just photographing random stuff and hoping for the fucking best? Because if you're hoping for the best, goddamn, you have some work to do. This is the soul's camera lens. I really like making this video. I stuttered. I should make them more often. It's like me and you are talking so cool. It's like talking to a friend, you know? It sounds sad when I say it out loud, but it had pure intentions. And I hope you're gonna implement this. I really hope you're gonna implement this, because this is literally what my clients pay me for, and I'm sharing it with you for completely free. So you better implement this. Let's talk now about focus loop. Back into the business. Scrolling down to the pit of drawing. The focus loop. Reality isn't linear. It's basically a feedback loop. It's a feedback loop. Your focus becomes your emotion. What you focus upon can emotionally sway you. And that emotion becomes your vibration, because emotion is energy in motion. And that emotion turns into vibration, and that turns into a frequency. And when it turns into a frequency, you'll get it in reality more. And your vibration loops back into more of what you are focusing on, and you're restyling the belief and more of the emotion of what you initially placed your focus upon. So, in order to break the spell, you gotta break the loop. And how do you break the loop? You break it first by attention, because this is the main factor that influences emotion, and emotion, vibration, and vibration frequency, right? So let me give you a simple example. Let's say somehow, or you are a bit of a misogynist, and you say that woman cannot park. Let me drive a beautiful car, and here is a woman, and you say, yeah, woman can't park for shit. Woman can't park. And you place your attention on how woman cannot park. And then, of course, your brain will filter out all the women that can park, and will only see the woman that cannot park. And you'll say like, ha, I told you. And you'll get a emotional reaction out of that. And that emotion will put in energy in motion, and that energy will send back a vibration, and that vibration will materialize into a frequency, and that frequency will materialize into a reality. And when you see it, you will say, oh, I knew that woman couldn't park really, so I was right. And you will be doubled as focused on woman couldn't park, and it's just like a loop. Maybe woman can park, maybe woman can't park. I'm not here to argue with you. It's just an example, right? It's just an example. And you can do this in business as well. If you say, oh, clients don't come to me anymore, then you're gonna get automatically emotional reaction out of that. And when you get a emotional reaction out of that, you are gluing to your subconscious mind that you cannot get clients, and your subconscious mind projects it upon reality. And when you're seeing it also in reality, you'll say like, damn, I was fucking right. And then you'll place more of your attention and your emotion on how you cannot get clients, and you basically create this never-ending loop. How the fuck do you make a loop? Like this. Boom! Never-ending loop. You'll make a never-ending loop. And I want to share another client story, because I like to brag about how my clients stay winning, as I say. And this client's name was Sophia. I just exposing the names. And she was in the e-com wellness business space, and she was selling like supplements and stuff. I don't know if that is the wellness space. Supplements. She was into supplements, and she placed her attention upon how supplements aren't so much in demand as they used to, and she had really many limiting beliefs that she placed her attention upon. One of them was that supplies aren't in demand, and that people buy only supplements for bigger brands because they can trust them more, and that ads don't convert. This was the three things that Sophia was placing her attention upon. So of course, what did she get? More of that. Because the cosmic algorithm. And the algorithm gives you more of which you place your attention to and what you interact with. And when Sophia saw this all happening in reality, she said, oh, this is right, I must be right. And she got an artificial ego boost. But this ego boost didn't benefit her life one bit. So it actually controlled her. So I told Sophia, place your attention on what you want to happen, on the positive aspects of business. Why don't you place your attention on how many people already bought from her? Because she had a really successful business. How many people changed their life for the better because of your supplements, because of your brand? How many ads did actually convert throughout the time? And place your attention on what you do want to happen. Focus your attention on how everything will go right, because you'll then transmit energy to that thing, and energy fuels every single thing. Energy is the currency of the universe. So she did just that, and of course, this is a proven formula to work. She literally doubled her monthly income. Boom, just like that. Kind of cool. I know. My throat is really hurting, a non-homosexual way. I think I need to drink more water. This is always the answer. Stay hydrated. Back into the business. The reality rendering engine. Let's talk about this baby right here, the reality rendering engine. Think of this like a video game. I'm lazy to write the whole thing because on a mouse it's really bad. And think of life just like a video game engine. And your consciousness literally doesn't render the entire world. It doesn't render the entire world. It only renders what you look at. You know, if you guys are real ones and you played Minecraft, you know that the chunks literally need to spawn by you looking at them and by you walking into their direction. They don't just render everything at once because the whole world will crash. So you need to place your attention upon them to make them load. So your attention loads assets. Your attention loads renders. I like the word better. Renders what you place your attention upon. So if you don't give attention to what you want, that thing won't exist in your reality because you are not rendering it. So if you don't place your attention on winds literally don't exist in your reality. Winds don't render in your reality anymore because you're not placing your attention upon them. Renders, winds. But if you are placing your attention upon losses, goddamn, guess what you're gonna render more of? Losses, exactly. This is just another cosmic algorithm example, but it's a more gamified version of it. So, when you'll get more of what you're placing your focus upon. Literally, this is what it means, and you'll render more of that. And when you render more of that, you will get you'll get more confidence because you say, oh, I knew this was working and I'm a winner. You are loading wins, and when you're loading wins, you are getting more confident. And when you get more confident, you basically, my computer lagged, you're confident, you become a winner. You become a winner. And you tap into the winner effect. And the winner effect, there was a really cool study done, I will get over it briefly. I was checking my mic, it's them, I was dropping sauce. So they put two mice in a cage. This is mice 1 and this is mice 2. They injected mice 1 with steroids. So of course these mice killed these mice. Then they placed these mice, which had the confidence of already winning, into a cage with another mice. This time, these mice that won the first fight, this is the same mice by the way, this mice wasn't injected with steroids this time. And they fought. And these mice won again. He killed these mice. And now the really fascinating part is that they put again these mice, the winner mice that had the confidence of killing already 2 mice, so he felt like the shit. He placed these mice into a cage with a steroided mice. This was on steroid. And guess what? Exactly, this mice won. He killed this mice because even though this guy was on steroids, this mouse was on steroids, this mouse had confidence and he felt like a winner. So the world rendered more winning into his life. This is why winners, athletes that win a lot, when they are holding the gold trophy, they said, I saw this so many times in my mind. I became a winner in my mind so many times, and now I actually did it. Reality literally conformed to this person's imagination. Really fascinating. I don't know, maybe I'm just a geek, but yeah. I think I have a water addiction because Goddamn. Now let's talk about attention, permission, sleep. Attention, permission, sleep. Attention, as we said, is like a signature. Attention is literally a signature, right? And the signature says that, oh, I sign consent of reality giving me more of these things. So when you focus on something, you're signing a permission slip that says, yes, I want more of this thing. And most people just go in and sign stuff that they don't actually want. They are signing into contracts of fear, of frustration, of doubt, of it's black, etc., etc., even though they don't want to. And a great example that I want you to conceptualize that I saw to this great YouTuber called Nero Knowledge, shout out to him. I'm not one of these guys that just steals content. I saw his example in a YouTube video. He said that imagine you go to a foreign country, right? You go to a foreign country and you don't speak the language there, and the people that live there don't speak your language, and you really fancy to eat something, and you walk into a restaurant, and a guy gives you a menu without saying nothing. And you look at the menu and you guess that the guy that handed you the menu asks you, what do you want to order? And there are only two options on the menu. There are fish and steak. Only fish and steak. And you point at the steak and you look in that guy's eyes. Let me draw this. You look directly into this guy's eyes. Let me put him with a napkin like that. Yes, Picasso. And looking directly in his eyes while pointing at the steak, and you say to him, by the way, he doesn't understand a single thing that you say. I fucking hate steak. I'm allergic to steak. If I have a steak, I will die of cardiac arrest instantly. I hate steak. I hate steak. I hate it. And then he hands him the menu and he says to him, I would like the salmon, please. Do you think the waiter will bring him steak or salmon? Now I will write fish for simplicity purposes. Of course, he will bring him steak and not fish, because he didn't understand what the fuck he was saying about fish, and he only saw that he wanted steak because he was pointing aggressively at it. He was placing all his attention upon it. And this is how the universe works as well. Attention is more powerful than intention. Even though he wanted a fish, he got a steak because he placed his attention upon the snake. Does it make sense? I hope it does. Implement it. Please stop focusing on what you don't want. Only focus your attention on what you do want. Couple intention with attention and you will be unstoppable. Write that down. So let's talk about another thing. So ice cream theory done. Boom. We are going through this at rapid rates. Let's talk about the energetic investment strategy. What the fuck does this mean? You are taking me with the economics trading stuff. What the fuck does this mean? I'm getting scared. Don't be scared, because it's really easy. We as people are just degenerate day traders with our attention. We place our attention on whatever. We place our attention on food. We place our attention on social media. We place our attention on the news, on every alert or every trend, every emotion. That girl broke with that girl. It doesn't fucking matter. We place our attention on whatever. So, of course, this will result in us getting whatever. This creates chaos. But true manifestation methods, the people that actually manifest whatever they want with ease, they invest long term. They are not degenerate day traders. So they are not degenerate day traders. Sorry, Ellie, by the way, because he was one of the degenerate day traders. Sorry if you are looking at this. So you need to invest your attention long term, like a long-term investor, and you need to compound your focus on self, on yourself, on clarity, and on purpose. You don't just place your attention on whatever. You only place your attention and your true focus on what really matters. Don't just bust out currency here and there, because it is really precious. Your attention is really precious. So be really careful on what you're placing your attention upon, because you might be attracting that very thing. Manifestation masters don't react like this guy right here. Don't react to all the bullshit. They just react to what benefits them. Only benefits. Whatever is what is not benefiting you, it's only controlling you. So only benefits. My holy shit, I cannot draw for shit. Only benefits. And the longer you do it, the better you become at it. And the better you become at it, the easier it will be for you to place your attention on what really matters. It's just like a skill. Also, you need to go on a thing called a mental diet. You cannot feed your mind bullshit all the time and expect it to run smoothly. Because if you just drank tequila shots all day and you ate KFC all day, and you are not some specimen of man, you would feel like shit constantly probably. You won't be feeling as good as a person that eats a clean diet and that drinks orange juice and smashes 5 coffees a day. I don't know, not health advice, but you get the idea. Your mind is just like your body. You need to feed it only positive things and only things that benefit your mind in order to operate better, in order to get more of that stuff, in order to be more productive, etc., etc. Action in the physical world is also exceptional, so cut out all the bullshit that doesn't serve you, that you're placing your attention upon. You don't need to know what Thomas Shelby is doing in Peaky Blinders. You know what? You are first supposed to know what you are doing, because most of you people know what Thomas Shelby is doing more than you know what you are doing, which is kind of sad when you ask me. And this requires self-discipline, and self-discipline is a skill that you can master throughout the time. Don't be patient, it will come. It will come. Oh, sorry, pause, because it will come. I think it's a pause. Let's talk now about an enemy. Got a lot of enemies. A lot of people trying to drain me of my energy. God damn, I remember that verse. Let's talk frequency hijacking. What the fuck do I mean by frequency hijacking? Is a terrorist here in my body? Yes, it is. And it is your old frequency. Your old frequency stays alive because it is very much alive. It stays alive of your energy. And what is one of the most important things that produce energy? Exactly, your attention. So your old frequency is basically a hacker inside of your attention system. And it uses certain things and feelings to get your attention, like nostalgia or like fear or doubts, and comfort even, or love even, to reroute you to focus your attention on past patterns, to feed it energy. And the more energy you feed it, the more you reinforce the old frequency. But you're not trying to stay in your old frequency because you try to get into the new frequency, because the new frequency will equal a new reality, and that new reality is what you really want to accomplish. This is what you are on the fucking video. So you need to get rid of the old frequency, even if it throws tests around to get your energy. And because the longer you engage with it, the more your system becomes infected with this outdated energy. So let me share an example of how this may happen in your life. It happens differently to every single person. This is why I said it's good to have a helping hand around, because this information and these things can be quite overwhelming, so to say, if you are not the boss, which I believe you are. You don't need anyone's help. So I had a client, and he was a fitness client. I don't disclose his name because he didn't even want to give me a testimonial, even though I helped him so much. I love you, still we talk, it's all good. So I just crashed out a bit. This guy was a fitness coach. He had big muscles, a really amazing six-pack that I'm quite jealous upon, and he was bald. And this guy wanted, of course, to make more money, and he wanted to have more clients. But then he didn't understand that all frequency is kind of a bitch, and that there is a hacker in his system, a terrorist in his system, that is the old frequency, that will throw tests around to get his attention. So a client dropped him. a client dropped him. And he placed his attention on, oh, I'm losing all my clients, everything is going to shit, I knew I shouldn't have started this, even though he was making like 30k a month. God damn, he was making good money. 30k a month, solid, right? But he placed his attention on how clients dropped him. And guess what? It fed the whole frequency energy, of course, because he placed his emotion and attention on what he didn't want to happen, and he reinforced that. So I told him, clients dropping you, no problem, is a test from your old frequency. See them as stepping stones, see them as opportunities to grow, because after you pass this test, you will get right into the new frequency and you will materialize your new frequency. And exactly that happened. Boom, 60k a month, 50k a month. 3 months. 3 months. It took him 3 months, and now I think he's hitting more than 50k now. And yeah, this is quite awesome. So stop focusing on problems. If problems occur, know they are tests. Stop feeding your attention to your old frequency, because your old frequency literally feeds itself on your energy. You don't want to feed the enemy. Of course, you want the enemy to starve and to liberate your hero, so to say. I don't know what this analogy was, but you got the idea. Your old frequency is a hoe. Write it here, caps. Hoe. Great. Done. Now, let's talk about the observer's throne and the attention collapse crisis, because I'm not gonna scroll so much anymore because I'm getting tired of scrolling. So, what the fuck is the observer throne? Let me draw a throne. I will draw this with spikes and stuff. I make it cool, and here is the throne. Boom, 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 boom. And here is the king. The king that controls your reality, sitting on the throne. Here, who sits on this throne is who controls your attention. This guy is who controls your attention. So, is it you? Is it you that controls your attention, or is it something else? Maybe it's other people, maybe there are trauma or programming, or doubts, or a partner of yours, or parents, family, teachers, it doesn't matter. Someone else may be controlling your attention, and if they are controlling your attention, they are controlling your reality. So be really careful on what is controlling your attention, because if they are controlling your attention, they are sitting on the throne of your reality. So you don't want that to happen. You want to be the person that creates reality. Ask yourself, does your attention go in a certain direction because you want it to go in that direction, or is it because of something else that disguises itself as it is your idea, like the old frequency, and takes control of your attention? It hijacks it. How do you know this is happening or not? Reflection. You need to analyze. To analyze is the best way to learn. Every skill, even in the physical world, if you want to learn a skill, analyze yourself constantly and you will get better and better at it. For example, I reflect quite a lot, not as much as I should, but when I reflect, I can pinpoint exactly why certain things get my attention and why do I place my attention and my emotional conviction upon certain stuff. And most of the time, it isn't me that is directing my attention, it's other people or some doubts or negative programming and beliefs that I have. So I need to get rid of them, which I will make a complete separate video about them, and take control over my reality. Also, if you want to learn a skill in the physical world, analyze, reflect on that, and do better next time. You are already doing great, but just to say. And let's talk about now the final point, and that is the attention collapse crisis, because we are not in a spiritual crisis or an economic crisis, but we are in a attention collapse. Really dramatic. I know it's not so dramatic, but we are in a collapse. We are in a attention collapse because everyone's attention span is just fucked. And without sustained focus, we lose our ability to self-direct and to self-reflect and to self-manifest. And if we don't have control of ourselves, we don't have control over our reality. So we need to self-master first and then master reality. So we need to better our attention span. And you just bettered your attention span by watching this video. I hoped in 1x speed, not in 2x speed. This is what I'm doing sometimes, so I'm guilty of that. But yeah, better your attention span. Do everything that I wrote here. Hopefully you are doing it. If you want to, nobody is forcing you to do it. If you found this stuff interesting and helpful, or yeah, just you found it to be true, then you should implement it, because knowing this information without implementation is no good. This without implementation is no good. So implement this information, please. And yeah, also, this is the end of the video, by the way. If you are a high-level entrepreneur, like all of the clients that I work with, and you found this information interesting and you want a helping hand in your journey, you can click the link below and message me on Instagram. We will discuss. No sales pitching, no nothing. Of course, working with me costs a bit of money, so yeah, of course it does, but I'm not a sales guy. I don't like to pitch people. You won't talk to me I won't talk to you in a salesy way. I don't try to close you. If we can work together, good, then not. It costs money, of course, or you can book a call and just talk to me directly, 30 minutes, where you have a consultation call. I see how I can help you. If I can help you, good. If not, not. If you don't like me, don't do it. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. This is a sales. This is a nothing. I don't like selling. I just like helping. So I hope you implement this stuff. Again, I'm repeating myself, and a lovely day and much love to all of you. See you in the next video.